Effective community health mapping begins with collecting data that you would eventually like to place on a map. Before collecting that data, it helps to do some planning. It is important to think about the goals of your data collection project before you try to collect the data. Thinking through the end goal of the project will help you determine what data elements you need to collect. What questions are you trying to answer with your mapping project? For example, suppose you want to answer the question, where is the closest tree? To answer this location question, you would need to map the location of trees. Suppose you were addressing the question, how far is the bike rack from the front door? To answer this proximity question, both the bike rack and the front door would be important data points. If you are seeking to answer the question, how many disability parking places surround the building? This is a density question, so you would need to map the locations of those parking spaces. For the purposes of this online workshop, we suggest collecting data about some features that you are likely to find rather easily regardless of your location. Things like benches, signs, trees, bike racks, and disability parking spaces. These are just suggestions. You can substitute your own choices if there are other features you would rather map. Collecting your data first involves building a data collection form using a computer, and then loading that form onto a smartphone to physically go gather the data. In this course, we will demonstrate this process using Fulcrum, although other tools are also available. NLM does not endorse any particular product, service, or developer. We will look at how to build your data collection form in the next lesson. For now, we will continue to think through the planning. Essentially, your data collection form will be a set of questions that you want to have answered in the field. Fulcrum has several types of questions that can be asked, differentiated by the expected type of response to each question. For example, if you want the data collectors to record the type of tree found at a specific location, this would be a text response. If you want data collectors to record the number of bicycles locked to a bike rack, this would be a numeric response. Or, if you want data collectors to snap a photo of the object or location, this would be a photo question. As you create your data collection workflow, you will want to list each question you would like to answer, along with the field type or the type of response each question should receive. For this online workshop, we plan to ask the following questions. What type of infrastructure is it? This will be a multiple choice field, because we plan to give the data collector a few options from which to choose. What is the capacity of the bike rack? This will be a numeric field. How many bikes are there? This will also be a numeric field. What type of sign is it? This will be a text response, because it will be a free-form answer. What kind of tree is it? This will also be a text response. We will also ask the data collector to take a photo and record the date the questions were answered. Now that we have decided what data we want to collect, in the next lesson, we will build our data collection form.